Welcome back. You're now tuning to the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We in the building, rocking out. You already know. Got a lot of stuff on tap. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about the sorry Wizards. Oh my goodness, dog. These Bamas are so trash. So trash. But before we get into that, dog, this is just that time of the year, dog, when it get dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, bro. It's just so depressing, bro. Dog, this joke be blowing me. First of all, they size you with the time going back where you get an extra hour this past weekend, and then it still be dark at 5 o'clock. You know how the Bama's live like this? Crazy, dog. Uh, did you see the joke with Do you? What's her name? Sexy Red, dog. Did you see that?
See what?
Her dancing pregnant on stage.
Oh, that was what that was?
Yes, dog.
Culture is doomed.
We finished, bro. How did they even allow? Dog, you know what bothers me? And when I say this, I just want the people out there, the people to just think about it long and hard. Because I'm not trying, trust me, I don't be trying to race bait, dog. I do not like it's not. I'm just literally just pointing out an observation that I'm making. Is there a sexy red of any other culture, dog?
Not propped on this pedestal.
A ratchet jump that just they just that has like I just don't. Who's the white version of sexy red, dog?
They don't
Who's the
consume. They
who's the
don't
Asia
consume
version?
that stuff in that way. That I don't want to say we, but that we do. Like where chaos is the norm, foolishness is like the baseline. That's only us.
Yeah, Joan is just so disheartening, bro. When I see, I'm just like who supports this foolishness, dog? And apparently we do. All right, apparently we do.
Oh, it's not accidental. We know where the money's coming from to prop all this stuff up. We could start there.
Somebody support. Somebody's putting the juice in the putting the juice in the water and the Kool Aid and the sugar to put out there, dog.
Yeah, it's not an accident.
Yeah, it's definitely not an accident, dog. We know that for a fact. Dog, what's up with these allegations for Dwight Howard? Yeah, these
It
Joneses.
ain't allegations no more, dog. He a 6'11" bottom. What else you need to know?
Hey, dog, the Bama was hiding in plain sight all along. It-
Usually when it's smoke, there's fire. W-
uh,
like sometimes you have, but they come out with like the gay rumors on the Bama, but them joints are like fizzle out. The white is
mhm.
if it is one after another after another after another. Like at some point, Bama's had to know. It's hard to believe because the Bama's 6'11" MVP type center, but what we learning in today's age, it could be anybody, dog.
Mhm. Agree. Do you agree that this is why he wasn't on an NBA team, NBA roster, because of
Shenanigans.
his backdoor shenanigans?
I think there's something to it. I mean, the Bama was on the Wizards and he was out with a butt injury, and we was joking like, what else you need to see? But I think if he was better towards like he was having like the back injuries, he couldn't like play for sustained amount of time. Now whether you want to attribute that to this or that, that's on you.
Uh
But
huh.
the Bama couldn't stay healthy. He wasn't the same Dwight. It's not like prime Dwight Howard. Like rumors came out and then people blackballed him like Colin Kaepernick or something. It wasn't to that extent. It's just that the juice wasn't worth Paul's the distraction.
Hmm.
If because you know behind the scenes, these billion-dollar leagues, they got private investors. They know stuff before you know it.
They know it before you know it,
So they
bro.
know this stuff is true. And then I think because they're like really homophobic, they just
Mhm.
project that into the younger generation in the locker room. And they just like, oh,
Mhm.
let's just keep like what are guys gonna do? Most dudes don't really care. They gonna joke. We gonna
Yeah,
crack jokes,
yeah,
but if the Bama can play, nobody
yeah.
really cares.
Nobody, yeah. You
But
get buckets, Bama's
yeah,
overlook it,
but you know,
though.
the dinosaurs look at it a different way. So I do believe there's something to that.
Mhm.
I just don't think that's 100% of the reason the Bama playing in Taiwan or wherever he was.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what you call it? What's the R&B singer Bama dog? Who he's a cooker,
Oh,
dog. On
Frank
the
Ocean.
Frank Ocean. Dog, he was doing Bama's in the rec league show. Hey, young, that joke, that might be the surprise of 2023, dog. You can It's nobody. If you told me that Bama was just cooking, I wouldn't have believed it. I saw with my own eyes. I'm like, young, that's not him, dog. It can't be. Because he was doing Bama's in on the court, dog, all the way. What do you think about Caleb Williams and him saying, I just want to go home and paint my nails and binge watch Friends after
You
losing
cut
to
on himself.
Washington?
That's some
You
light
want to
skinned
cut it
DC.
with that?
You know, DC Bama's got the extra sensitivity to him, like just a different layer than any other region I've seen. And, and it didn't affect the way the Bama go out on the field and cook though. So
Not at
um,
all.
at this point, I don't think there's really much to it. I'm just not shocked when you got to do this that light skin and from DC area. That's a recipe for disaster with the mental. So it is what it is.
Yeah, nah, I'm with you. Definitely, yeah, just light skin behavior, dog. No knock to him. Does it hurt his draft stock? Does he go down in your eyes?
I don't think he goes down because he did his part. Like he can't play safety, he can't play linebacker, he can't rush the
That's a
pass.
fact.
Like their defense is out here getting 450 baked, as you would say. It's like he's doing everything he can in his power, putting up points. I
Mhm.
think you'd be an idiot or a white supremacist for him not to go first overall. You know they trying to prop Drake May up at this point. They do this every year, but
Bo Nix.
yeah. So outside of I just don't see any scenario where he's not the number one overall pick.
Mhm. Yeah, nah, talent wise, dog. If the Washington Commanders just would lose enough games, dog, let them prop up some other white guy and put him at the top, dog, and let him fall to us, dog, at 2 or 3. We're seeing what happens when Bama's just pick of it, go away from football, dog. CJ Stroud, we told the whole world he was the top of the list, and everybody was like, maybe
They
Bryce
got to hear
Young.
Mel Kiper say it or one of them, Mike May. They got to hear one of them Bama say it. Even though consistently our percentage has been way higher than anybody else is doing this. Period.
Yeah, to me it just doesn't make any sense. Like I'm confused as to why Bama's wanted Bryce Young at 5'10". He tall as me. Bama Ike bite. I just don't. I mean, he can play, but we knew the struggles that was going to be there just with his height alone and him being frail, dog. And I mean, he's showing he can at least play, but he's missed games this year. But CJ Stroud just looks head and shoulders above, the class. And we talked about his ceiling and his ability, and during the draft. So it's just it's just there, dog. It's
At this
just there.
point, the white boy from with the Titans is looking
Will
Bryce,
Levis.
better than Bryce.
The
Looks
Titans
like
have said that he's gonna be their guy going forward.
he
So
got to be after
we'll,
the
we'll
first two games.
yeah. So we'll see. Um, the big story this week, though, really football wise, was the firing of Josh McDaniels and the promotion of Antonio Pierce as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And they mudhole the Giants, dog.
Destroyed.
They mudhole. First of all, franchises across the board can save so much money, dog. You know how much money it cost them? $85 million to make the change and get rid of it. You could have saved all that bread if you just listened to us. We told you Josh McDaniels is not a leader of men. Bama's don't rock with him. How many times we gotta tell them, Aaron? Half of coaching is the X's and O's, but you really don't even need to know X's and O's as much as you need to have leadership qualities where people will be. You can galvanize people. People will follow you. If you find X's and O's guys and you just know how to like communicate, you got to be an expert communicator. Dog, you can win football games. Josh McDaniels arguing with Antonio Pierce because he talked about how the Giants beat the Patriots in that year where they was undefeated and how they beat them, and just he got a bone to pick with that. Dog, you know how bad you gotta be as a not even just a coach, dog, a person. When you got players going upstairs to the owner airing their grievances, dog.
I wish some players here go up to the owner and air their grievance with the two guys they got sitting over there now.
Dog, they only bring in MAGA, dog. They only bring in Babs who go just comply with the jump. Credit to Mark Davis, dog,
He
for
got a new
seeing his
haircut. He got rid of the bowl cut. It's a new day,
dog.
dog.
He said, and his staff right now is predominantly minorities.
Dog, I'm about to go get a new hoodie, a new hat. About to get the Ice Cube joint, dog. I'm
I
about to
might
just
have
go
to
to
rock
the
with the
store.
Raiders, dog. I might. Rick, shout out Rick. He was like, "You can change teams, dog. You can just change teams." Can I? What do people think? Can I just switch from the side Commanders, dog, and just go to the Raiders?
Vegas, my home away from home anyway, dog. I'm just gonna rock with the Raiders.
Dog, they got a black general manager, black head coach, female minority team president. Can I rock with them? No, it's 2023 anyway. All that old stuff we used to do where the Bama's got to live and die with their team no matter how sorry they are. All that's through, dog.
Bama's
Bama
will
just
switch
pick whatever they
wives and
want.
husbands. You can't switch your football team.
Dog, I'm just gonna have to do it. Because I'm telling you, I listen, Antonio Pierce, he was a solid player when he played, but listening to him talk, he can lead men. That's apparent right out the gate. Right out the gate. Nothing about football. Hearing him speak, I say I could follow that dude. Very articulate, very know how to like just knows what he's looking for. They asked him about him having a practice squad players on the sideline during the game, and he just eloquently spoke about how those players prepared them, how they put their bodies on the line as well, trying to prepare their team, and how he just wanted them to be able to share in the experience, of the team, and already like that was a very small change, but it just has impact. And you could tell that the players, from Devontae Adams, the players have changed, dog, night and day approach. These Bama's are happy, Aaron. Can we get that in Washington?
It's like these Bama's have a secret love affair with Ron Rivera. Like they complain that the team loses, but they don't want. It's like they don't want to mess with the power structure and the way things work. Like let him, finish his timeout. Wait to the. It's just a bunch of asinine backwards dinosaur stuff, dog. He
Dog, it
should have
don't
been
make any
fired.
sense. He should have been
He should
fired.
have been fired.
This just goes to show that when you're making football decisions about football, then it don't matter. Everything's on the table. If it's about football, Aaron, everything's on the table. We fired Bama. He's not getting the job done. We want to win football games. We want to figure out what it needs, what it takes to win. We're going to just do that and scrap whatever the playbook says, whatever the media says you have to do it or how you got to go about doing. Scrap all that. We want to win. We think this guy can do it. We're going with this guy. We over here got a guy who's a loser, shown that that's in his DNA to lose. That's who he is. And we going chance after chance. Oh, we just going to see. We just all these excuses, man. I just can't. You can't convince me it's about football and you allow a loser to stay in the building. Can't convince me, dog. Monday night we had a football game, Aaron. Had the Los Angeles Chargers versus the New York Jets. Zach Wilson out there jump. First of all,
Garbage.
he's trash. No doubt about it. But though he threw for more passing yards than a guy on the other team who most people consider is elite or has the elite ability. What is the problem with the Chargers and their offense, dog? Just being inept. And I no, granted, I know that the Jets have a good defense. No question about it. But like, come on, man. What are we talking about?
135 is absurd. I don't care how good a defense is. You got to throw for over 200 yards in the NFL, though.
Justin Herbert out there throwing, looking like me. That would be my stat line if I played in the NFL game, dog, with no practice time. They just threw me out there, Joe. 135. I can get 135, dog.
Now,
Off a screen, off of bubble screens and throwing to the halfback. I can get 135, man.
now I feel
That's
like
unacceptable for Justin Herbert.
philosophically, the receivers that they have, there's no speed on that team. And I feel like just the way his style of play, Justin Herbert, is like throw the ball down the field. They don't have
Mm,
anybody that can get behind anybody on that team.
mm,
And so it's like they're a little bit hamstrung because like they lack creativity and figuring out ways to like scheme people open. They just don't
mm.
have like Keenan Allen. He's a good possession guy who's a little long in the tooth. You know what I mean? They just got a bunch of guys. I feel like at receiver, and I don't think Justin Herbert is as special as people were quick to crown him. Like he's a good quarterback. He got a high ceiling, but he's not one of those guys that, when he shows up, it looks like everybody else on the team is better. He's just not that at this point.
Nah, agree. And I think that, Brandon Staley, I know he's not the actual offensive coordinator, but it just, to me, it's like, how do I put it, dog? When you go to certain restaurants or certain fast food spots in certain areas, they go and mess your order up, dog. How many times they got messed the order up before you just know, like, young, if I go to this Popeyes over here, they gonna mess the order up, dog. I gotta check the bag before I leave. That's Brandon Staley and that coaching staff in the Chargers, dog. They gonna mess up Justin Herbert. They just gonna mess him up somehow, some way. 135 passing yards is egregious
Especially
for a
when you got
quarterback with
200 on the
his talent.
parlay.
Especially when you got the bread on the parlay up.
Bama can't give us 200 against Zach. Like, especially when you playing against a team that can't score, your confidence should be higher. You're gonna get a lot of short fields. The offense should have looked like it was clicking on all cylinders when you playing against Zach Wilson, because you're just going to get those extra opportunities, but they just couldn't ever get anything going.
And if it wasn't for the defense the Jets being as terrible as they are,
There it is.
like they basically gifted them Bama's 27 points.
I said when they drafted this boy, he's ass. Don't do it.
No, so this is the thing about Zach Wilson. I don't watching him, he's bad. Don't get it twisted. But I think that Nathaniel Hackett makes him worse. I really think that Zach Wilson, like the way that the offense is set up and what they're asking him to do, is not conducive to his skill set. And I think that they're putting him in a back. Like, first of all, he has a lockup brain. What a lockup brain is when you have a player that makes a mistake, then their brain locks up and then they make more mistakes because they made a mistake.
That
And they
means you
feel
shouldn't
like,
be in the league, not cater our
that,
offense to you. That means you
that,
don't need to be playing football.
agreed. But right now, they could have gone after
They
Joshua
could have got
Dobbs and
guys.
stuff. They could have got
They
Dobbs.
chose
They could
not
have
to.
did, yeah, they chose not to, dog. So you're right.
They
You're
reaping
right.
what
They
they
got
sow.
that's their bed. They got to eat it. But I'm saying if you got the guy, at least try to get him in places where I feel like he could excel. He has wheels and legs, dog. He's as mobile as Taylor Heineke is, and Bama thought this Bama was the next coming to Steve Young. You can at least have him look as Taylor. He can at least be Taylor Heineke.
He's failing at the like basic 101 day one install quarterback type stuff. So like I get what you're saying. You could treat him like a complete retard and
The,
just
the
like
Chiefs, the Chiefs, the Chiefs game Zach Wilson played this year, he looked serviceable, Aaron. I'm trying to figure out
it's
what
his
happened.
brain. You said it earlier, his brain. It's like one mistake will lead to like other mistakes and other mistakes, and it's not until they're like all the way out of it, and then the game's pretty much over, where they like take the training wheels off and he just plays a little bit freer. Then you'll see a little bit of flash or like a little bit of skill, a little bit of ability, but
Mhm.
he can't like. I just don't think he's mentally capable. You saw he didn't even want to stand next to the guys when he got drafted. He's looking like so out of place. He just to me is not an NFL quarterback. And it's like there's things you can do to mitigate that decision, but what you should have done was gone and get two other quarterbacks to put on the roster to try to figure something out because he just ain't it. The defense is like top level elite. Like they're going to be in games not because the quarterback is decent or serviceable, but because they're that good. And then that team is just going to get squandered away because the quarterback is trash. They got pieces everywhere else. Running back, the O line is bad, but so is every other O line in the league, or half of the O lines in the league. So it's
Yeah,
just to me, it's excuses to keep trotting them out there.
yeah. Nah, I agree 100. On to some basketball. Now we threw 6 games. The Wizards are 1-5. It looks like they're trying to tank, dog. It looks like that's what they're on a mission to do. Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers, Batman B had 50 on these Batmans, dog. They have no interior defense. They just they don't play with any type of want to. I think Wes Unseld Jr. just looks like yo, it's so bad, bro. Like Jordan Poole looked like he ain't even trying to score. Like he don't even want to score. Like he just
That's
saying,
the
I'm just
surprise
trying
to
to stay
me.
healthy for the year and just get through the year, and then we'll see about next year. Like it's so bad, dog. It's
Yeah,
unwatchable.
unwatchable.
The Bama's have gotten double-digit blowouts in every game that they played this year, pretty much.
Except the
Um,
Memphis game without John Morant. That's the only game they won.
do you think? Do you think they'll even win a game upcoming?
To me, this is a 20 or less win team.
Oh my
And I thought they was gonna hover around like just under 500. Like after seeing this on the court, this team, I don't see how they get to 20 wins.
they can't. Oh,
They're soft. Defensively, they're just soft. And offensively, it's the ISO show. They just take turns just throwing up shots. Complete waste of time. And I feel so sorry for Bama's who paid that season ticket price for to go from what you had last year to this.
dog, you gotta just hawk them jumps on the street, dog.
But you can't even sell them.
You
Like
can't even sell them, dog. I take Chick-fil-A ticket, free Chick-fil-A before I take it. You couldn't pay me. I go to a movie before I go to a Wizards game, dog.
I see better basketball in the rec center than this.
They don't care. They have no want to. It like even the L's don't feel like it even like bothers anybody on the team, dog. And that joint is just so disheartening to me because I'm like one of the Bama's like I can't sleep after I lose, dog. Like if I lose in anything, I'm disturbed. Like I just can't function regular. So to see them just not even care at all and just catch an L, be laughing and joking and just be like, the only thing motivate them is young. You put youngins on the sideline, they might try to play and hit some buckets, but it's sad, dog. It's sad. It's really unwatchable, and I won't support it, dog. I won't support it.
Now I might go if like LeBron and them coming to town, the Warriors. I might go to a game, but
Mhm.
But just to go see these Bama's play like I was doing before, 0% chance.
Zero. Uh, all right. On our games this week, Thursday night game. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch this joint, Aaron. Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, I believe, is gonna play in this game. He'll be back. Bryce Young played probably the worst games of his career this past Sunday. He looked terrible. Um, the Bears are favored -4, -3.5. Really, I think that's kind of high. Uh, who are you going with?
If Justin Fields playing, I'm going Bears. If not, then I'm gonna go Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers just because I don't foresee them like Chicago don't really blow teams out. I just they do got Montez Sweat now.
A
Uh
happy paid Montez Sweat.
happy paid Montez Sweat. He got the bag. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Chicago. I
They're a
think that
better
it's
team.
they're
They're a
at
better team.
home. Yeah, I think with Justin Fields, they're definitely going to have a little bit more pep in their step with the new acquisition. So I'll go with the Bears in that one. Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. Colts are favored -1.5.
Colts.
Patriots are just bad, dog. If you can't beat the Commanders, you're bad. You're a bad team.
Mac Jones is awful. He missed so many layups. They had so many opportunities to win that game, and they just refused. They wanted to give it back to Washington.
Yeah, it's bad. I think the Colts are going to win this game and definitely more than 1.5 points. And I know it's in New England, and I know New England be cheating, but they're just bad. They're just bad all the way around. So I'm taking the Colts on this one. They need to bench Mac Jones, honestly, but they won't. Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are favored -6. I think
Damn,
that's high.
Cleveland defense is like that. Give me Cleveland, even though
Yeah,
I got Ravens to win. Give me Cleveland.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Cleveland as well. Even though I got Ravens to win this one, I'm going with Cleveland.
Ravens going
Uh,
to the Super Bowl. Mark it.
okay. All right. You going what's the line on that right now? What can you put on it?
The odds, I ain't sure. I ain't checked.
Yeah. $15 when you 150?
What 10-1? I think it's
Yeah.
probably lower than that.
Probably 4-1. Um Houston Texans at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favored -7 at home. They just had a tough one against the Buffalo Bills and beat the Bills. Now they're taking on the Texans.
Give me Houston.
Texans are much better than people anticipated them being.
Rookie of the year. Lock it up.
Automatic.
Lock
That's
it up.
that's done deal. That's a done deal. Yeah, that's a done deal. Lock it up. I like what D'Amico Ryans is doing with the Houston Texans, though.
I'm jealous, dog.
I like it a lot. I mean, they started out a little rocky, but he's really gotten his program into shape. And those who were skeptical, I think the skepticism is already gone because they're light years better than what they were last year. And I think that they still lack talent defensively and offensively. And they are really extracting the most out they dog. They squeezing all the toothpaste out of this tub. And it starts with CJ Stroud. And he is no question their quarterback of the future right now.
He
No
top
question.
10 right now in the league already.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go with Houston to hang in there with the Cincinnati Bengals +7.
Yeah, I got.
Uh then you have the San Francisco 49ers, Chase Young and the San Francisco 49ers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. San Francisco's coming off a bye. They're probably going to get Debo Samuel back.
Is Trent back?
Trent Williams, I'm not sure if he's back or not. San Francisco's favorite 3 in Jacksonville. Um, I think I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with San Francisco on this one.
Yeah, I got the 49ers.
Yeah, I think after the bye, they're getting healthy. Um, they're getting their playmakers back into the fold. I think Debo being back will be very helpful for this offense. Defensively, they got Chase Young. I think he's gonna play. Now we can talk about Chase Young's comments after being in the building in San Francisco. How he said right away, you can sense that there's a different feel in the building, and that this team has a winning culture. We know that already, but again, it's another indictment on the Washington Commanders and just how poorly coached and poorly run that organization is.
And then you couple that with the fact that you got this goofy head coach over here with his connection. What is it, Mike? Was it Mike? It wasn't Mike Florio. I can't remember who released the story, but it was basically Ron's guy. Like Chase wasn't gonna get a press conference too to get to send shots right back. Like you'd have done better off not saying anything at all or having people leak stuff. And then when he get over there, now people want to talk about the comments. That go both ways. I'm pretty sure if they didn't leak that goofy stuff, the questions wouldn't have been asked, and he wouldn't have necessarily said anything like that. But I'm sure he's heard it just like we heard it.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't. These Ron Rivera needs to be fired. I don't know how many times we need to say it. He's incompetent. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's a horrible coach.
And a horrible person to hire people, a horrible talent evaluator, a horrible uh, internal evaluator. He just needs to get as far away from the franchise as possible. Because I believe he's also still sabotaging stuff down the road.
Yo, as long as you leave him in the building and allow him to push buttons, you just gonna get it's just gonna impact the franchise for years to come. So they have to fire Ron. Like they should have fired him 3 weeks ago. And every week they keep him. Dog, I'm done, dog. I'm a Raiders fan, dog. I'm just going NFL.com looking for Raiders gear. I like their colors anyway. That black and silver jump tough. So we go just rock with the Raiders, dog. I don't
It
care if
matches
I'm
the gear
standing
better
me.
anyway.
Yeah, it just yeah. So that's what I'm with. I'm rocking with. New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, who you taking into San Fran versus Jacksonville? San Fran?
Thank Brian, yeah.
Okay, me. We unanimous. We unanimous. New Orleans Saints at the Minnesota Vikings. Saints are favorite -2.5. Dobbs. He might be the smartest quarterback of all time, dog. This Bama just goes to different teams, learn the system overnight, and just play. I don't know how, dog.
The Bama had 2 touchdown passes and been there 3 days. And you don't practice every day.
Dog, they said William Caller said he was just kind of telling them like what the plays were like. The running backs doing an out, the receiver to the X and the Y doing a post and a curl. Like he was just telling them like that. This Bama was going out there Joe executing in game. Had a game-winning touchdown, Aaron.
It's crazy.
Crazy. And parlay buster, dog.
You already know.
Dude. This Bama is unreal. Matter of fact, the way if the Vikings are like 5-4 now, if they can turn around and like salvage this season,
Make a
you
wild
got to get this
card
Bama a
17.
contract, dog. You got to give him a contract, dog. Washington Commanders need to be looking at this Bama, dog, and seeing it because like that's impressive. That's impressive. Here you got Zach Wilson. This Bama been in the training camps 3 years in a row. This Bama getting all the tutelage and help. This Bama can't bust a grape. This Bama over here, you get him in the building for less than 48 hours, and this Bama goes out that joint and at least give you 200 yards passing. And it, like I just and two touchdowns.
And this is the issue when you talk about these egos, dog. The Jets could have easily traded for Josh Dobbs. They
Easily.
could have traded for Jacoby Brissett. It's a bunch of guys they could have traded for. They chose not to. So I don't feel sorry for any of these Bammers when they masses out here like, no, we gonna stick to what we know. This is what you get. This is what you get.
Yeah. I'm going with Minnesota, dog. I know they playing New Orleans, but I just think that especially the way which is the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings hugged Joshua Dobbs and gave him the game ball at the end of the game. I feel like that hug spoke to me, dog. It was a hug that just signified we got our guy. We can win with this guy, and we might have a chance to turn this season around. And I saw hope, Aaron. Do you know how strong hope is? Hope is one of the strongest things, emotions. No, they get billions of dollars back to buy commanders' outfits and paraphernalia off of hope, Aaron. The Minnesota Vikings will be vying for a playoff spot, dog. Mark my words. And I think Joshua Dobbs might get an extension of a contract, contrary to what what's happened before. I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings in this one. I also think this is a game where it's a hook
What's
for
the spread?
Vegas. 2.5.
Oh, I'm gonna go Saints.
Okay. Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are favored -3. Uh, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Green Bay Packers just seem like they can't get right, dog. I don't know what's going on with Jordan Love, but from the first couple games to now, it just, I mean, I don't, it just, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Um, yeah, I just think Pittsburgh Steelers, and granted, they haven't been all world either, but if I got to pick between these teams, I think 3 point. I can go with Green Bay to cover the three. I think they can cover the 3 points.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Their offense is awful and their quarterback is awful, but I'm gonna go
Mhm.
Pittsburgh. They just figure out a way every week.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Tennessee Titans at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tennessee again has decided to let Will Levis take the reins and carry the team forward. Tampa Bay is favored -1.
I'm gonna go
Who you
Titans.
got in this one? Huh?
I'm gonna go Titans.
I am going to go with the Titans as well. Tampa Bay just, we knew Baker Mayfield was going to show up at some point, or his limitations, I'll say. Baker Mayfield is a decent backup, but just him starting every week, I just don't think is overall you can count on that for your franchise long term. So I like Tennessee's defense. And yeah, I think I'm going with Tennessee in this one. Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. Falcons are favored -1. Arizona Cardinals coming into this is a home game. I'm
Kyler
not
starting.
sure if Kyler started.
Yeah,
Then I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals in
yeah.
this one.
I'm going Cardinals. Arthur Smith is an idiot.
Yeah, I
They just
just
refuse to give Bijan the ball, and they just start getting Kyle Pitts the ball. Like I get part of that is the quarterback is trash,
mhm.
but y'all put that squad together, figure it out.
Yeah, dog. I mean, I don't know why Bijan don't touch the ball 20, 25 to 30 times every game. Between catches and runs, he should get the ball 25 to 30 times. He's your best player. He has the most, he's the most explosive. You got running back by committee. You giving old uh Cordell Patterson touches. It's like, what are you doing, dog? Like they don't know what they're doing. They have no clue. So I'm gonna go with Arizona Cardinals. I know they'll at least be competitive. So I'm with you on that one. Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Chargers. Um,
I'm gonna go Detroit.
Detroit's favorite 2.5. I'm going Detroit. We unanimous. Again, you're gonna see the Chargers in a game they should win, not win, because the team Detroit is not the New York Jets. I'll tell you that much. Uh, then you have the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Get
Very.
this, Aaron. Get this. Cowboys are favored minus 16 points.
I'm taking the Cowboys. How are the Giants going to score?
They're not going to score. 27-3 final. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys. Easy money.
Even if it's 27-10, it still covers. So I'm going with Cowboys.
How they going to get a touchdown, Harold?
I don't know.
With Danny DeVito? What is he like? The coach already took his soul the first time he put him in there by trying to run a quarter and a half off the clock. His no go. Can't do
Yeah,
it.
and they don't. This is the thing. When you realize, like, you watching the football, you know that certain teams don't even have capability to do certain stuff. So, like, if you have a quarterback that's sorry, they don't even have the coaches that can help a quarterback that's sorry be semi-decent or halfway good. Like, they don't even have those. Like, they need a quarterback to actually just be good, which they don't have. And it's just all problematic, dog. So, yeah, they can't score. I'm going with Dallas. Even in a divisional matchup,
This
it
might
is what
be
it
a
is.
40. This might be 40 nothing type joint. It's gonna be bad.
Wow. You think they might get 40?
Giants can't score. I
Yeah,
just
they
don't see how. Like they keep allowing these bums to like float along on the roster that you know can't play football
mhm.
instead of getting competent backups on the squad. And I get Tyrod Taylor was your two, but DeVito's not a competent even development guy for me.
Yeah, but Tyrod as your two to me is short sighted and dumb because this Bama has been hurt everywhere he's gone. Like I just don't know. Like if you think that that's gonna be your guy in case something happens to Daniel Jones, to me that's dumb because he hasn't played a full season in his entire career.
But they paid Daniel Jones 40 million, which was dumb. So that clearly tells you what they thinking at the quarterback position. They don't
Yeah,
have a clue,
they don't have a
and they
clue.
paying for it now.
Washington Commanders at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are favored minus 6.
I think Skins will cover, but they'll lose. Give me Washington.
I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle on this one. 27-20 is my final score.
Yeah, this ain't Mac Jones for that secondary.
Mm-mm.
Gino gonna light him up.
Gino gonna light them up. New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jets are favored minus 1.5.
Give me the Raiders.
I'm
Lock of the
telling
week.
you, I'm telling you right now, take the Vegas Raiders automatic. That's going on every parlay because they're going to wash the Jets. Just like they washed the Giants, they're going to do the Jets the same way. And then for the Monday night game, we have the Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are favorite minus 7.5. I'm going with Denver to cover, but I think Buffalo wins.
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Okay. And those are our games for the week. Those are our games for the week. Follow us at OSS 988 Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Wiz Buffy. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to Lance J. Shout out to G Man. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Everybody who rock with us heavy and tune in each week. Share the content. Leave comments in the who you got winning the games. You want to put who y'all think gonna win. Y'all, you can talk about the Washington Commanders, the Wizards, all of that. Dog, I'm still in that little Wizards chat. They be talking delusional, dog. I just cut the jump off. I had to mute the jump because they gonna kick me out. Either they gonna kick me out or I just leave them muted because I can't stand the foolishness and it's just too much. Follow us, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Laws and Aaron. We're signing out. Peace.